Just read the op-ed of Hillary Clinton on MSNBC. She was talking about Flint crisis, but she was also talking about lead poisoning in other cities. Turns out, the cities she mentioned were Democrat-run cities. San Francisco, Washington, D.C., Baltimore. Some of those are run, like Baltimore is run by a black mayor, and the others are run by white mayors and white council members. All Democrats. By her mentioning that, she says that black people have not been treated equally in these cities, and that lead poisoning is happening in these waters, in these cities. Now, we all know that these governments have downplayed, the city governments downplayed lead poisoning in the water before. You can look that up and say the water's safe to drink. But she's saying that it's not safe to drink in these cities. She mentions Flint also, of course. She tries to blame it on the emergency manager. Now that one she tries to blame it on the emergency manager and the governor, but we find out that it was the city council who voted to go to the KVA and use the Flint water as a backup if needed, and also to blend with the KVA. Now we know Detroit canceled, so the backup kicked in. And that was the Democratic council too. There was a Democrat ex-mayor. The emergency manager just went along with the Flint River, the council's proposal and resolution, and sent that to the state. So what the emergency manager sent was what the council wanted, and the ex-mayor. It got approved by the state. But still, that goes to Democrat too. So she's mentioning all these Democrat cities. Many of them she cannot say, like San Francisco didn't have an emergency manager. Washington, D.C. didn't have an emergency manager. Baltimore didn't have an emergency manager. So they can't say that emergency manager did those. She can try to blame emergency manager on Flint, but we got the video showing that was the council's decision. But anyway, the fact is, she's basically saying that Democrats are poisoning people. Poisoning black people. And she's the top Democrat. So what she's going to do is she's going to make these cities, I mean, if she keeps doing what she's doing, I don't know why she did that, but to try to score votes. But it's actually going to help Republicans in the long run, because people are going to say, oh, wait, it's Democrats poisoning us. Guess what? That's going to help Republicans. Which I'm happy if it helps the Republicans. Hey, man, I mean, I'm a Republican myself, and I'm tired of the Democrats ruling everything. So, but if you read that op-ed, it's basically saying those governments, which are run by Democrats, are actually not caring about black people. So, I don't know what Hillary tried to do, but she needed to think what she was writing, mentioning all these cities. And I'll link you to the op-ed. It's on the image. It will be on my page, but it will be on this posting, I should say. And you can look at it. But I'm still laughing about it. I'm sorry about that, but I do believe these government. Now, I'm a libertarian Republican, so, I believe that many times there are racial disparities with black people, and also Hispanics, too. And I believe that government, sometimes, most of the time, the government doesn't aid and help minorities more than whites. If you look at it, the situation, um, the urban communities have less, have more crime, but that's because they have more poverty, and nobody really puts money in there, in those communities. Um, so they suffer the most. And there's things that need to be fixed. As for these water crisis going on nationwide, as Hillary says, well, it's the leaders themselves that make the policies, and at the time, majority of urban communities, even as she mentions, are Democrats. She mentions the urban communities are affected the most. Well, that's because Democrats are them, and the Democrats, they're not thinking about these minorities. And that's why her op-ed is actually going to help Republicans in the long run, because it just shows Democrats are not caring about the minorities. So, alright, I just wanted to tell you that. Thank you.